Wherever he goes, supporters follow, and today has been no exception. They came to hear his message of wanting to raise everybody's living standards and to heap praise on what he called the successes of the Labour-run Welsh Government.
We're offering an economic policy that works for all, that invests for all and invests for the future, and so that we have a government that's determined to grow the economy and grow the opportunities for people. That's our offer to the British people.
You are heaping praise on the Welsh Government today, the Labour-run Welsh Government, but I guess that's a tricky one. It's a double-edged sword, because certainly there are successes that they've had, but there are also certain problems, especially in the education world in Wales.
They've had a £9 billion cut in their budget from the UK government. They have managed to make sure that all children get free school meals. They have an investment programme.
And with that, it's now my great pleasure to introduce the leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn.
Relations between Mr Corbyn and Labour's leader in Wales are said to be cordial but no more. Carwyn Jones has been lukewarm at best in his support for the party leader. But for Mr Corbyn's supporters, they were very happy with what they heard.
What I just heard was absolute ambition, it was solidarity, it was unification, and it was reaching out to a majority of what people actually want and what they actually need.
I think everything he says is practical, policies that can be actually put into place. You know, I agree with everything really.
It's no surprise that Jeremy Corbyn and Labour decided to come here to Cardiff North to launch their campaign in Wales. If the party is to have any chance of forming the next UK government, this is exactly the kind of seat it needs to be taking from the Conservatives.
Jeremy, shake your hand. I'm going campaigning now.
Thank you. Good stuff.
I
love the hat.
Can we move back? Can we move back? We're coming that way.
This was Mr Corbyn's first visit to Wales since the election was called on Tuesday. Similar events have been organised throughout the UK over the next 7 weeks. He'll be hoping the voters give him such a warm reception on June the 8th.
So Arwyn, as you said, a warm welcome for Jeremy Corbyn, but it's not his core supporters that he needs to convince, is it?
No, exactly, Lucy, and make no bones about it, it will have been a good boost for him today to see so many hundreds of his supporters turn out in Cardiff here today, but it's not enough for him to rely on the votes of Labour supporters. Take a place like Cardiff North here, where the Conservatives have got a majority of 2,000 votes. It's those voters that they need to attract that will sometimes vote Labour, sometimes vote for the Conservatives, and not just here in Cardiff, but also in places like Gower and in the Vale of Clwyd. Now, it's not impossible for Labour to win those seats back, despite what you might read in the opinion polls, because if you look at last year's Assembly elections, they managed to hold on to them there. Now yes, people vote differently in Assembly elections as they do in general elections, but that just raises an interesting question about how does Labour in Wales play this now? Do they revert back to the kind of election campaign they had last year, which was so successful, or do they throw all their eggs into the Corbyn bag, and hopefully that message will pay dividends across the UK? It'll be an interesting way to see how that goes for them.